I didn't go to public school until middle school. So I went to a school called Elijah's Educational Center. And there I was talking about this the other day on how, that particular education was really helped me form my mind because that education wasn't about, you reach a certain age and then you go to the next grade. No, it was about they create a curriculum based on your actual intelligence. Right, so that if they believe that you can handle the next degree of English or math or science, then that's where you go. It wasn't based on the curriculum that the government gives you that say that children have to be held here at this age and that, because everybody's mind and brain is different. So I always felt like, from that school, I remember almost every single thing that I learned. Like children today don't even know cursive. They took that out of the curriculum. And this is why you see like a lot of the companies now, they tell you don't create a logo in cursive because the children can't read it. But I remember that being one of those things when I was learning English and I was learning how to do cursive, that development within itself, it felt like an evolution as far as my learning process. So it's like those small little things, when you take it away from society, you start to lose a lot of that magic that allows people to develop their minds, to go through those small little things that seed in your abilities, right? And so, growing up in those environments, being taught, by men and women who knew themselves and was teaching me how to know myself, right? It gave me the ability to be strong at a young age because I was speaking on stages since I was like 5 years old. And they instilled that confidence in me at an early age. And it's funny, I didn't think that I was going to be a speaker, right, whatsoever. But, the foundation in which you start off matters, right? So later on, if you do want to do something, at least you have a foundation that's already built into it. But a lot of these children don't have any foundation. So when they want to do something later in life, they have to start completely over because they have nothing to pull from. When I was younger, I used to always feel I had a calling for, being chosen in the world, if you will. I've always believed that I had a destiny. We grew up in Oakland, California, and St. Louis. So growing up in the streets in wild environments, sometimes where, we ain't had no money. We on EBT, we got, surf sandwiches in the house. We trying to figure it out. I just remember thinking, though, even the days where growing up in St. Louis, sometimes you get shot at. People will try to kill you for no reason. You outside just mobbing. And I used to never think that those days was ever going to be my last day because I always thought that I had something that I was living for that was greater than me being killed in the streets. Like that was my mentality as a teenager and as a young child. I've always tried to figure out like what is, my reason? What is the reason that I'm here for? And I felt it always strong within self. But, that can come and go as you go about doing different things. You got to work a job and you're like, maybe I'm not destined for nothing. I'm tired of working here. These things can kind of diminish your light and that ringing of that calling. And then you kind of get knocked back on that path to be like, nah. I went through a trial when I was a teenager. I beat that case. And that kind of like reinstated like, no. It's a reason you went through that trial and that tribulation, and God was just showing you. So at the time, I was accused of being a part of assault, right? Now, of course, not guilty. You know what I'm saying? So somebody tried to snitch on me and say that I was somewhere that the court said that I wasn't. And at the time, I was in college. So I ended up dropping out of college because of that, right? And I never even end up going back, right? So that's kind of when I went on the journey of, teaching myself. But during that process of that trial, I remember studying law. I remember studying different, schools of knowledge, right? Because I was really trying to figure out how the hell do I get myself out this situation. And I did not want to be dependent upon a lawyer or put my freedom in somebody else's hands. And I believe that was a pivotal moment for me because I started thinking about how many other young men and how many people in the world go through this, and they don't have that sort of mindset to where they can get themselves out of a situation that they find themselves in. And sometimes people don't get a second chance to make a mistake again. They get caught up in that first mistake. Now they thrown in a system. Now we don't get to see their potential outward.